Hi, and welcome to Coffee with Connie. Today, my guest star is the fabulous Melissa with Melissa Crochets with Love. And
Hello, everybody.
How are you doing today, Melissa?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you, Connie?
I'm doing marvelous.
Marvelous. Oh, thank you for having me here today, too.
You're welcome. I'm so thankful you decided to come live with me today.
Absolutely.
And things are going to be a little different on today's live. Melissa will be on the panel for the first 45 minutes about, and then afterwards, Angela with My Precious Yarnery will be coming up on the panel. So we're technically going to have two guest stars today, but they're not going to be on the panel at the same time.
That's right.
Or they may overlap a little bit. You know, it just kind of depends on how it goes. But yeah, we have Samantha that joined us, Liz and Amy and Donna. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on?
Hello, ladies.
I'm going to start off with a few jokes for y'all. What do crafty horses like to eat?
What do crafty horses like to eat? I don't know.
Ideas?
No.
Crochet.
Oh my goodness.
Hay instead of crochet.
Yeah, because they love hay, so crochet. That's cute. That's
and
cute.
What do you call fake spaghetti?
What do you call fake spaghetti? I don't know.
An impasta.
Oh my goodness, where did you get these? They're cute.
I just Googled jokes online.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Imposter. Am imposter. Oh my God, that's funny.
I was actually trying to find more crochet related jokes, but I really didn't find that many. I just, or at least ones that I liked,
Yeah.
But yeah. And with that impasta, it's spelled instead of imposter, it's Pasta.
That's hilarious.
And then the last joke I have for y'all today is, what did the ocean say to the shore?
What did the ocean say to the shore? I'm coming through. I don't know.
Nothing. It just waved.
Some are so cute. Oh my gosh, it's a wave coming in. That's so cute. Hi, Alice.
We have Alice and Colleen and Kelly that joined us. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all working on?
Hello,
Amy says she's drinking Dr. Pepper and working on a commissioned baby boy blanket. Ooh, awesome.
Mountain Dew.
I have water today instead of coffee.
Even though
it's not coffee live.
Usually I have coffee too, but it was too warm and I was running not behind, but I'm like, let me just get some cold.
And we also have Amy, Joe, and Dee that joined us. How are y'all doing and what are y'all working on?
Good morning, ladies. Good afternoon.
Okay, Alice is saying, I thought it said shallow. I'm getting confused. What did you think said shallow?
Oh, maybe the wave and the ocean and the shore, which is a good answer because a shell, like shallow, and shallow or a seashell. That's a good answer too.
It was like I was like I couldn't figure out what she was referring to.
I know.
That makes sense.
Hi, Nancy, sweetie. How are you, honey?
Yeah, how are you doing today, Nancy? And what are you working on? Colleen is finishing another summer dress for one of the grand girls. Awesome. And Amy Jo is working and listening. Yeah, whenever y'all get y'all makes finished, send pictures to me. And when I do my finished projects video, I'll include your pictures. And those videos I do approximately the 15th of every month. Some months, I may be a couple of days late getting it out.
Yeah.
But I aim for the 15th. And let's see, Kelly says it's her son's 7th birthday today. Well, happy birthday to him. And she has to work for another 30 minutes, then out for the day to celebrate.
Happy
Well,
birthday to my nephew.
yes. Y'all have a good time celebrating.
Yes, absolutely. My daughter, her birthday was Saturday, and his is they're literally 5 days apart. Same age, 5 days apart. I think it's awesome. I love it.
So, who has coffee in their cups today? And if you don't have coffee, let us know what you're drinking. So what is your favorite type of coffee for the coffee drinkers? So how about you, Melissa?
Mine, I drink Cafe Bustelo. It's a Spanish espresso coffee, strong. I probably shouldn't drink it like I do because it doesn't work. I mean, it. So now regular coffee tastes like water. But yes, that's my favorite. I put Italian sweet cream creamer in it. Yep.
Me, I love my Starbucks.
Do you?
I love the Starbucks. I think I have the French roast blend right now. And I love it with stevia and coffee creamer. I've been on a cinnamon coffee creamer kick.
Oh, nice.
And and if you get the cinnamon flavored coffee with the cinnamon coffee
Oh,
creamer, awesome.
I've done
It
that
is.
with like vanilla flavored coffee and um, French vanilla creamer. It just kind of makes that vanilla more yummy.
And it's like that combination. Ooh, so good. I love flavored coffees. I love flavored coffee creamers.
Yes, and Christmas time around every holiday they have them certain flavors that come out like Halloween or Thanksgiving is like the pumpkin spice and Christmas you get the candy cane and all different kinds of yeah.
Oh, the peppermint mocha. Ooh.
Is it good?
Oh yeah, I love
I've
it.
never tried it. Hmm.
And then
I'm
like,
so
go ahead.
I'm so stuck on my Italian sweet cream. If I have ventured off, and I'll drink French. If I'm out of mine, I'll drink French vanilla because my husband likes that. But I ventured off before, and I bought creamer, and then I'm like, okay, that whole bottle's gonna go to a waste because I always fall back to my Italian sweet cream.
And another good one, Community Coffee makes a Mardi Gras blend
Ooh, that
coffee.
that sounds good. Mm.
And I also I love Starbucks Fall Blend. That one's good. Then they have their Holiday Blend. And then there's another one too that's like a holiday one. I can't
So is
remember.
it more spice? Is it more like flavorful, like holiday blend? Like, do they put certain like like spices in it to make the flavor change? Like, is it drastically different?
The Fall Blend I find is more of an earthy type, coffee. Now, like the holiday blends, I think they're putting more stuff like cinnamon and stuff like that in it.
Yeah,
Um,
makes sense.
but yummy, yummy for my belly.
Yummy, yummy in my tummy, tummy. I tell my baby that, my girls that all the time.
Yummy, yummy for the tum tum. Let's see. Alice says she has plain old coffee with cream. Amy Jo says drinking plain black coffee, dark roast. And Colleen says my hubby makes me coffee with my required protein drink, a little French vanilla and my Miralax, to be honest.
There you go.
Let's see. Alice says we have Tim Hortons coffee all across Canada. We call their coffee Timmy's. And Colleen says it is so good. The protein shake is chocolate.
Ooh,
I know a lot of people that do that with like the protein shakes.
yeah,
I know like with Weight Watchers, those protein shakes are like really, really popular.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Amy, the Starbucks caramel one is amazing. Yes, I agree.
I used to love getting the caramel macchiato from Starbucks. It's been a long time, but I used to love getting the frozen ones.
I know. I love the I think they call theirs frappuccinos.
I think so too.
I know some places it's like frappe,
Yeah,
frappuccino. You got all those different names.
but it's all the same thing: frozen coffee or frozen
Mhm.
cappuccino or frozen something. Yeah, yep.
And let's see, we have Steph that joined us. Hi, Steph. Oh, it's her first time here. Nice to meet you too.
Welcome in.
I hope you enjoyed today's live. So, how are you doing and what are you working on? And also, Brenda joined us. How are you today, Brenda? And what are you working on?
Hi, Brenda, and welcome in,
Colleen,
Steph.
Colleen says we get them at Costco.
Ooh.
And Dee says fresh ground beans, Splenda, and half. Steph says that your yarn is so organized.
Oh, thank you. It looks organized, but really it's not. But thank you. It could be better. It's got to be reorganized. But
Oh,
thank you so much.
my yarn is so not organized right now. I'll organize it, and of course, it don't stay organized long.
It doesn't. Like literally, I'll do the color coordination, my kicks in the bottom, colors on, and as you can see, like I'll pull stuff out, and then because it's so packed in there, and I got it over here too. But you'll pull something out, and now just to get that one skein back into its spot, you're like, "Yep, nope, there's room up here," so I'll put it up there for now.
And let's see. Amy says yes. That one, Melissa. I get cheap one from McDonald's and pretend.
Me too. Me too. Put a napkin on the outside, and just, here's my Starbucks.
And you could also make them at home too.
Yeah, yeah, you
Take your
can.
blender. There's
Mm.
recipes all over online for like frappe type coffees.
Mm.
And let's see,
I do
Brenda
that with
says,
milkshakes. I'll take ice cream and do like the milk, for the girls and Ray at night sometimes. But I never really made a coffee one. I should try it.
yeah, coffee and ice cream.
Ooh. And take your ice cubes and don't do water. Do coffee in the ice cube tray. So if you make iced coffee and you put your ice cubes in, it doesn't water it down. That's a good one too.
Brenda's, she just finished the caterpillar and working on the second one. And those
Ooh.
caterpillars are so cute that she makes.
I have a caterpillar that's all done. I just haven't attached all my balls. Oh
And
gosh.
Daphne joined us. Hi, Daphne. How are
Hi,
you
Frank. How are
today?
you?
And what are you working on? And Colleen wants to know if you have a system like by weight or color or something like that with organizing your yarn.
Normally I do, yes. It doesn't always stay that way. So every couple months I have to kind of go back and reorganize it. But normally I'll do like all my like up here is mostly like all my saver yarn, and I usually do that by color. And then I'll do like my like wool, like mixed wool and stuff like that. The bottoms are usually all my cotton. Not more so by weight, but more so by like fiber and colors. Yeah.
Yeah, like I kind of like I have more like where I put stuff in like the plastic bins or boxes,
Yeah.
and like all my big twist yarn, like the solid colors, or like together my
Yep.
red heart, or together like cake yarns. I have those together.
Yep. Same here.
Um,
Or
like
like
my
here's all my crochet threads and extra like Dollar Tree yarn that don't fit, or if you have extras or something that don't. Yeah.
or like like the hand dyed yarn stuff like that. I have those together, which those I don't have that many of.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Let's see. We also have Anita and Sind and Trish that joined us. How are y'all? And what are
How are
y'all working
you?
on? Dee finished the beach cover up for her first tutorial. Ooh,
Yay.
good Dee.
D, how are you doing? I did a shout out for you the other night. I don't remember if you were there. Sometimes my lives go crazy, but did it like a list of shout outs. And if you weren't there, I just wanted you to know that you were in that. I love Dee's channel. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, Dee is awesome. Awesome sauce.
She's the bomb.com.
And Colleen says coffee milkshakes are yummy. And let's see. My chat jumped on me. Dee says almost done with my model cover up and going to start filming. Awesome. And Daphne says I'm not working on anything at the moment. I'm just waiting around before I leave to take my youngest daughter to physical therapy.
Good luck with your daughter and safe travels there, Daphne.
Exactly what Melissa said. And let's see, Jody also joined us, and Tyler and Trudy. How are y'all?
Hello.
What are y'all working on? Jody says she's not working on anything. And oh, congratulations, Dee.
Congratulations, Dee.
She hit 1K
That
yesterday.
is amazing. I think she was at like 962 on Friday night when yes, because I think when I did the shout out, which I think Angela's been shouting, she's amazing. So it's like everyone's been kind of shouting her out, trying to help. You know what I mean? She's doing it. She's doing so good. I'm so excited for you. That is a huge milestone to hit. Do you have your hours? Are you trying to get monetized? Not some people don't, want to. It's totally up to them. Just wondering.
Yeah. Go Dee. Go Dee.
Wait, here we go.
I'm stealing Cindy Lou Who's song. Let's see. Anita says she's working on a hat, headscarf, head wrap. Also.
Awesome.
Awesome song.
I love your name, Queen Mama. I love it.
I know. I'm so happy she started a channel.
That's awesome.
And that is one thing. Like any of y'all start a channel, let me know. I can give y'all shout outs, and I do my shout out videos. So if y'all want a shout out, just say the word.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Trudy says I'm not crocheting at the moment. Still too excited after the birth of my new grandson. Oh,
congratulations. Yeah. Dee, you could reach out to any of us. We don't mind helping you and walking you through it to where you can check how many watch hours you have. Yeah, feel free to email. I'm not speaking for Connie, but I'm sure Connie don't mind either.
Yeah, you can contact me. But basically you have to have 4,000 watch hours to get monetized.
Yeah.
And if you go to YouTube Studio, you can see what your watch hours are.
Yep.
And actually at the point you're at on I think it's the monetization tab.
It'll tell you. Yeah. It'll tell you like it's like a meter, like a gas meter kind of. It'll tell you like the green's like 3/4, like you need this many more, or if you're all the way there. And normally if you get all the way there, they will contact you a couple of days after you hit the 4,000, or whatever. Once you hit all requirements, they usually send an email out too, letting you know that if you're interested in being monetized, you can apply.
Yeah, and like you see, once you're monetized, it looks different.
It does.
So that's where I was like, I think that's how it was.
Yeah. Yep. It does change.
But yeah, everything looks different once you get monetized on that tab.
Listen, you're so right, because I remember after I got monetized, like what I learned and how it took me a while to learn the YouTube Studio thing, and you finally get comfortable with it, and then once you get monetized, you're like, wait a minute, now I got to relearn like where to look.
Let's see. Colleen says Cindy won't mind me boring her song.
No,
she won't.
No, she won't.
Let's see. Anita says she uploaded a cooking video yesterday, getting a little better at not stammering.
It happens to everybody.
I still get tongue tied.
Me too. I always get nervous before I hit record. I mean, it gets better as time goes on, but there's still, before I hit record, I'm like, okay, is everything, and then every video, I'm like, you know what? I'm not editing. Like, it is what it is. I always forget something
and like sometimes you don't know how many times I redo the filming. I'm like, I don't like how I sound. I don't like this. And sometimes Frank laughs at me. He's like, it was fine. And I'm like, I don't know.
Stop rewatching it. I don't rewatch mine anymore because I'm not telling you to stop, but in my opinion, me personally, I was rewatching them and it was getting me, I was like re-recording it and then I'm stressing out and I'm like, now I'll play it to make sure that it works. You know what I mean, per se? And once it starts, I'm like, okay, I'll exit out and I'll post it because if I rewatch, we are our own worst critics, to be honest. We critique ourselves.
Actually, I do this just with the filming process. Like I haven't even gone to watch, my coverage. Um,
Oh goodness, Connie.
I'm like, oh, I'm rambling too much. I'm doing this.
Yes.
Because I get, I'm, I don't know what I want to say next, and the transition just feels awkward.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like how this sounded. Start over.
No, I've definitely done that more than once. D, that's a year. That's every year. But once you're monetized, and it goes by days. So today's 6/23. It'll show you your hours from 6/23/2021 until today, 6/23/2022. And every day it does that. It'll go to 6/24 to 6/24. So every day it just kind of moves that whole year, if that makes sense.
Let's see. We have another Connie in the house. Hi, Connie. How are you doing today? And what are you working on?
Yep, we're human.
Yeah. Steph says you have to scroll down on the left hand menu to the monetization. See, I'm getting tongue tied there. You have to scroll down on the left hand menu to the monetization tab. Yeah, it's on the left side. But then sometimes it depends on what device you have. It's also like phones and stuff. It's different. And certain things I find either I haven't figured it out on the phone or you don't have access to on the phone.
Well, I know personally there's quite a few things on YouTube Studio that you don't have access to on your phone that you can only get access to on your computer. So I always usually, to check like stats or something, or if you can reply to comments, I'll use my phone. But everything else, I try to use my computer. Yeah.
Yeah, like I do basically everything from my phone, not phone, computer.
Yeah.
Because even though like I film from my phone, I then transfer the files to my computer and do all my editing on the computer. And let's see.
Oh wow.
Like that.
I don't care about record. Yes, me too. You get what you get. I love that. I love that. Yeah.
There's a level where sometimes you do get what you get, but I will, like, if I don't like how I sound, I will start to refilm stuff.
Right. Oh, I've done that where I've stumbled and I said like the word completely wrong, but I've did it. Maybe if I did it like 5 times in 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, let me just. I'm early on, still recording. I've stumbled 5 times in 5 minutes. Let me start again.
Or like, you're struggling to find your wording. Like transitions is something I struggle with. Like I go to change topics. Sometimes I end up like I'll film, and whenever I go to the next topic, I start back up. Sometimes I have to do that. The phone dinging. But yeah. And sometimes I will, like, sometimes I can easily edit something out and then just kind of like continue it if I mess up. Just kind of depends.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Anita says everyone has different tastes and they're going to love or hate your channel, and that is fine.
No, that's very well said. No matter how well you do or how hard you try, there's going to be people that you may not be their cup of tea. Absolutely.
Or their cup of Java.
Cup of Java. Okay.
Let's see. Connie says drinking sweet tea and working on my wild and free top. Awesome. And let's see. He says I've been averaging 1,500. I've only been doing it 11 weeks. I'm lost.
But that's pretty good, especially with you only doing it for 11 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Your watch hours are normally the toughest thing for people to get is the watch hours.
The funny thing is, like at first, I thought I would get the watch hours first. Um, and then what happened to me is Bag Day shouted me out on her community page.
I remember that.
I still have the screenshot of it.
I would have screenshotted it too. Like, whoa! I got the Bag O' Day fairy dust. Look.
And then I actually got the subscribers first. And then it was getting the watch hours.
Yeah. And some people it's opposite. Sometimes like I got the subscribers and like I think it was like a week or so later I got that watch hours. But sometimes it's you never know. It just kind of depends.
And let's see, Samantha's back in the house. How are you today, Samantha?
Hi, Samantha.
Amy says, I can't do content because of that. I want to be too perfect, but not good at technology.
I'm not good at technology either.
Anita says her 14-year-old does hers. She's technically impaired.
Yeah, not technology savvy over here.
What I had to do, especially like with editing stuff, I would have to look it up. It's like, okay, how do I do this? And for the most part, like, YouTube, I could find tutorials. So that's how I learned stuff on my editing software.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of stuff I don't know how to do with editing.
I finally learned out how, and I'll have to reteach myself again if I ever need to. I had to edit something out of one of my videos a few months back, and I'm not an editor. I don't edit anything like, me. I just put it out there, whatever. But I had to edit like 15 seconds out, and I found out how to do it from YouTube Studio, and now I'm like, wait, how did I do that? And it works. And I'm like, how did I do that? Now I got to reteach myself. Oh, gosh.
And there is a way. Because I Googled it and I found out how to do it. I haven't actually done it yet, though. But
yeah.
Let's see. We have Amber in the house. Hi, Amber. How are you today? And what are you working on?
Hi, Amber.
And Diana's here too. Same questions, Diana.
She'll be up in a few minutes, Samantha.
So I'm curious, what made you decide to start your YouTube channel, Melissa? And those in the chat, y'all could, that have channels, y'all can answer this question too.
So, a year ago on the 15th, as many of you know, 15th was my 1 year. So a year ago, I actually came into YouTube to look for some new stitches, like patterns and stuff. Because I was cross stitching for a while. I wanted to get back into my crochet again because it was quite a few years that went by since I crocheted. And that's when I found like Bag O' Day and stuff like that. But I never knew that there was a whole community of lives and stuff out here. Never knew that. So I found Dana C Created Crochet. And I was like, wow, this is cool. And, and then she was like, put my comment up on the screen and chat, and I'm like, wow, this is cool. They're interacting with us, It was like also brand new to me, and it was awesome. And I'll be honest, Dana C Created Crochet was the first. They kept, it's her and her husband and everybody in the chat, like Crojo Corner. They were like, put a video up, and so I'm like, I was so nervous, and I went on her panel the one day when she had like the Make and Meet last year. And I found it easier once I was up on her panel to be able, okay, if I can go up on her panel and get rid of them nervous jitterbugs, I can. And so I started putting my videos out. But yeah, that's pretty much who and where I got the inspiration from.
Yeah, for me, I was watching, I had just discovered, the Yarny community. And, watching videos, and I'm like, I could do that. I could talk about like what I'm making and show my, what I make and all that type of stuff. And I first brought the idea up to Frank, and he's like, yeah, I think you should do it. And then, like, I had also brought it up to like Crystal, the Orny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady, Gina with Knitting Turnpike, and Barbara with Crochet Therapy. And they were all like, yeah, you should do it. So I did.
Voila, here we are, Connie's channel. You're doing amazing, Connie.
Thank you.
Like
You
you
too.
really, I love how you put you work your behind. You do multiple lives a week. You put content out. You do shout out videos. You create your own knitting patterns and work. You do crochet and knitting. I mean, you try to put so many positive vibes in this community, and honestly, it's needed. It's needed. It's I appreciate that, and I know that many others do. So I appreciate you have people on panel. You really try to help inspire, motivate other content creators, and it's hard to I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. And
You're
it's like,
welcome.
I try to put a positive atmosphere out there because I mean, there's just so much like in the world today that I feel like people need a place to come where, you know, and where they can just enjoy themselves and not think about like the negativity and all that out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's
Hi,
see.
Liz.
I think Liz is back in the house now.
And Mindy, welcome in, sweetie.
Yeah, Mindy joined us. How are y'all and what are y'all working on? Um, Amber is working and lurking and drinking sweet tea.
Ooh, yummy.
Diana says water, nothing on my hook at the moment.
Tell Monica I said hello, sis Daigo.
And let's see. Okay. But yeah, that's basically how I did with starting a channel. And the funny thing is, I remember the first time I ever got mentioned on someone's channel, and this was before I started my channel.
Yeah.
Barbara with Crochet Therapy was talking about how I would always post pictures of my makes, and like Frank was modeling and being silly and stuff.
Yeah.
And she brought that up on one of her lives, and I was like, ah,
And
because
no, you get that feel like that, like in like when you're younger and you get that like tomorrow's Christmas or something, you get that like same. That's how the feeling I got when I got my first shout outs. I still get like that. I'm like, oh my god, they shouted me out. But that first one there's nothing like that first one.
yep, we have Angela in the basement now.
You can what I'll do is I'll say my goodbyes. Well, since Angela's there, let her up because so I apologize that I can't see the whole live. I will be in the chat. I didn't realize that my daughter's last day was a half a day and it was scheduled the same day. So I apologize, but I'll be in the chat. Thank you, Connie, for having me up, and I look forward to being up for the full time in the future.
And
Thank you.
thank you for coming live with me. I enjoyed having you.
Oh, you're welcome, sweetie. And I'll be in the chat, okay?
Okie dokie.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
And if y'all don't have Melissa, go check her out. She's amazing. Okay. And now we have Angela with My Precious Yarnery on the panel. How are you doing today, Angela?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. And the same thing, if y'all haven't checked Angela out, please do so. I have both Melissa and Angela's channel links in the description box of today's live, and also pinned to the top of the chat. And if one of my moderators could also drop their links too, that would be amazing. Okay, so the next question I'm going to be asking is, what is your favorite thing to crochet?
Blankets.
It's funny you say that because those are the patterns that I'm going to be sharing some free pattern links for on today's live.
Oh, so exciting. Hi,
And
everyone.
I think most of y'all know that mine is shawls and a close second is beanies. But yeah, let us know what y'all favorite thing is to crochet or knit. And let's see. Anita says she started her channel for several reasons: to show how different we are, but still the same, and to maybe make someone smile and promote kindness. Oh, that's amazing. I like those reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Oh, Cindy's in the house. Hi, Cindy. How are you doing? And what are you working on? And let's see. Oh, I guess you're doing the voice activated to type what you're saying.
Oh.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. But the bad thing is that it don't use punctuation. So it's like just one big run-on sentence. And like on Facebook Messenger, I like using the audio a lot. Where it just records.
I use it a lot. Being dyslexic, I use it a lot. It's so much easier and faster.
Exactly. Because especially like if you have like a lot you want to say, and a lot of times whenever I'm messaging, a lot of times I'm on my phone where I can't actually type. And it's just so much easier doing the voice.
Yes. For me, I find it easy. Texting, I'll use it, but Messenger, I'll just use the thing, the button. One button. And then I have my hands still free for crocheting.
Exactly. And the same thing, like whenever I get pictures submitted to me, it's like, whenever I'm on my phone, I always worry like if they send it via messenger, because I save the pictures on my computer.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I don't want to forget to save the pictures. But in the same aspect, the ones that usually send me pictures on Messenger are those that I'm good friends with. So if I would forget, I think they would be more forgiving. And if I ever do leave someone's pictures out that they submit or something, just let me know, and I'll make sure that I include it in the next finished projects video. Let's see. Brenda says I like to make amigurumis and baby stuff. Awesome. Yeah, Brenda makes some amazing amigurumis. Um, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and share those blanket patterns with everybody. These are all free patterns that I found on Ravelry, and the links for the patterns are in the description box of today's live. And the first one is Blanket Afghan with Roses by Marufa 6A, I guess. And look at how pretty.
Oh, that is so pretty. That's so old-fashioned. I love like the old-fashioned Victorian style.
I always love the granny squares with the flowers. I think those are like the prettiest granny squares. But funny thing is, I haven't actually done any granny squares yet.
Oh, no.
And that's usually like the first thing people tend to like, one of the first things people do. Not me. And let's see. The next one is 6-Day Superstore Blanket by Betty McNitt.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I always love these type of blankets. I've never done one yet, but
Me neither.
I love like all the different color combinations. I love like color combinations. Showing some of the different colors used on it. And that's the last picture.
I'll take that one with the little.
I like the little dog. Okay, so let's get the next one. This is called Ocean Waves Crochet Blanket, and it's by Your Inspiration Design Studio. And pretty simple pattern.
I like nice and easy. I'm lazy.
Sometimes the nice and easy, sometimes it is just like relaxing.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to think about things. And the next one is Dainty Daisy Granny Square Blanket by Brittany Coughlin. And I love this one too.
Oh yeah, that one's sweet. I made the one the in the corner one for my mom, a king size one. So that was like it was something like this, but it was in the corner daisy.
And like I said, I have a thing for flowers with granny squares. And there's one more. And I think most of y'all will like this one. The Textured Virus Blanket by Chorley Roberts.
Oh, nice.
And I know, like, I love the virus shawl.
I've been wanting to make one, but I have never made one yet.
I was like that too. And I made my first virus shawl a few months ago.
Oh, that is beautiful. That's beautiful. That's a really nice baby blanket. Do you know those ones that are like the keepsake baby blankets? That's what it would be nice for.
I love the purple here. And let's see. There's a few more pictures.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Which sometimes that gives ideas of different color combinations to use. But all those pictures are in the description box. I'm sorry, all those pattern links are in the description box of today's live, and they're all free patterns. So if y'all interested, that's where you can find that at. Let's see, we have Lisa that joined us, Melanie, and I think I saw someone else. Let's see. I think someone else had joined us. Oh, Wynette, that's who it was. And I think I greeted Mindy already. So how are y'all doing and what are y'all working on? And let's see. Dee says she loves making wearables. And that's something I haven't actually made wearables. Have you, Angela?
Yeah, I have. I just started this year though. I've been crocheting for about 20 years, but I just started making wearables this year.
But yeah, I haven't gotten to do it yet. Oh, that's what I like seeing when someone says I have to have that pattern. Colleen, no. The closest to a granny square is the peppermints for that peppermint Christmas blanket. Which is kind of this. I think this basically the same type theory in a sense. But they're circular. But I haven't finished that blanket either. I haven't connected it yet. So that makes me a little nervous. One day I'll finally finish that blanket. And Cindy saying I love the old fashioned Victoria style things as well. And let's Amy says she better go make sure her printer has paper in it.
I just love her.
Yeah, I try to share about 5 patterns on every one of my lives. Sid says I was going to start Bagel Day's quick and easy summer poncho, but my 2 dogs had other ideas. They're both up in my chair with me.
Oh, I have that problem every day.
Yeah. Oh, and my cats have their clingy moments. And Sophie's been clingy lately. And like yesterday, she didn't want me to knit.
Oh no, it's my day. And what are you gonna say? No? Then they get mad at you and they hold grudges.
Actually, no. Like, okay, you get her to leave, she comes right back within 5-10 minutes.
Oh, really? Mine hold grudges.
Sophie will just come right back. Because I'm like, okay, I need a breather. Because sometimes it's like it feels suffocating whenever they're, and especially when they're like, you know.
That was 3:30 this morning with my 140-pound dog decided he was coming into bed with me.
Oh,
But I had to get up so he could stay in bed.
my little about 4-pound cat Allie, she'll kick Frank out of the bed. Well, really,
So my Chihuahua does that to my husband. Like, you're gone, but this morning it was my turn, I guess, to get kicked out of bed.
Really, they both have. Sophie's done it too, because like they insist on getting on you and stuff, and then sometimes they just like they're not comfortable sometimes on you. And Frank has to be real careful about his legs. Because he has leg wounds from his leg trouble. He has venous stasis in his legs. Had to have both legs had to be operated on, and so he's always like worried about a cat digging their claw in on his leg. So, but yeah, my cats kick him out of bed sometimes.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't.
They
And then
don't.
I feel so bad. I'm like,
they don't.
Anita says her dogs wouldn't fit in a chair with her.
He tries to. Like, he'll put his front body right on me. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with this?
Let's see. Yeah, Melissa, the links for all those patterns are in the description box of the live. I added them right before the live started. Let's see. And of course my chat jumped on me.
Oh, yeah,
I see we have more people that joined us, so give me just a minute and I'll greet y'all. Let's see. Everyone's commenting on the patterns. Okay. Oh, Tank joined us, and Rita, and Regina, and I think I saw some other people too.
Deneen.
Let's see, and Kirsten. And I think I got everybody. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. So how are all of y'all doing, and what are y'all working on? Yeah, Deneen's another one that joined us. Yeah, because sometimes it's hard to keep up with everything on the chat.
Yeah, I know. That's I hardly ever have anybody up on my live because I can't keep up yet. I'm still new on live.
You get used of it, but I mean, I'm sure there's times I probably have missed stuff in the chat.
Oh yeah, I know I do.
And I mean, I try to make sure that I greet everybody. But like I said, if I ever miss anybody, it is not intentional. And let's see. Steph is saying beanies are wearables. That is true.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking more like tops or sweaters when I think of wearables. And let's see. I got behind on the chat. Sid says my dogs also. That's why I am giving them their time. Yeah, pets are something else. And the little shenanigans they do and get into.
Yes.
And I mean, and cats will do some crazy stuff.
My dogs think they're people.
Let's see. Let's see. Cindy says talking about cats is making me miss my cat that I lost last year. Oh, I'm sorry. He was so sweet and precious. He would lay on my flip flops when I was
Oh,
crocheting some flip flops. He wanted me to pay attention to him. Yeah, and they will. Like if they want you to pay attention to them, they won't stop.
yeah, you,
They.
life stops for my babies.
And trust me, they get their way. Let's see. Regina's working on her gnome and coffee. Awesome. And my chat just jumped again on me. Sid is saying her dogs are small, a Chiweenie and a Whippet Weenie.
Aw.
And just so y'all know, I am doing my pet video. I don't know when I'm going to get it up yet. It's going to be up by Sunday. So there is still time to send pictures. I would send them to me today, though, if y'all want y'all pictures included in that video, just in case. I don't think I'm going to. It's not likely I'm going to have the video up today, so today should be safe to still send them. Oh, and another thing too to send pictures of. Me and Barbara do our monthly collab live, the Southern Crocheters, and we did the live yesterday, and the topic was yarn. So next month we're going to put together a little slideshow of people's yarn stashes. So you can either take pictures of your yarn stash or maybe like your favorite yarn. Maybe put some of your favorite yarns in a picture and send those pictures in, and we're going to show them on a little slideshow on the next live, which will be the third Wednesday of the month at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And next month we're going to be doing easy and quick gift ideas. So that's going to be the topic for next month. And let's see. Everyone's saying hello. We have Laura that joined us. Lisa saying E.T. is calling me. Yeah, he probably is. Oh, we also have Sally that joined us. I think that's everybody. How are y'all doing? And what are y'all working on? And I just got a super chat from Melissa. Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. So y'all know what time it is. It's biscuit time. Okay, let me get my video.
Hi everyone, this is the Biscuit. Thank you for sending Connie a super chat.
And thank you again, Melissa, for the super chat. Okay, so my next question that I have is, what is your favorite yarn weight?
I would say 3 and 4. I can't pick 3 and 4 because I use them all, those two, all the time.
See, I find like number 4 tends to be my go-to. I use it the most. But I also love number 1 weighted yarn because something about number 1 weighted yarn, like when you're making socks and like shawls, especially knitting.
Oh yeah, for knitting, absolutely. For wearables, it's wonderful.
And I mean, a lot of those number 1 weighted yarns, they're gorgeous, especially the hand dyed. Which that's another question that I have that kind of ties in with what I just said. I'm also curious, do y'all like hand dyed yarns? What are your thoughts and all when it comes to hand dyed yarns? So, how about you, Angela?
I just starting to do my own hand dyed yarn and selling it.
Awesome, awesome. And that's another thing too. Do you, um do y'all hand dye yarn too? And you can let us know that too. Like I just said, I love hand dyed yarns. I think they're gorgeous. One day I would love to be able to to do hand dye yarn myself.
Oh, it's so much fun. I'm really enjoying it.
Hopefully one day. And let's see. Lisa says no, 4 weighted. Sally says 4. D says 2 and 3. So does Liz. And of course I jumped again. Regina says 4 and 1 and 2 and 6. I think you like them all, huh? D says she loves hand dyed yarn. Um, let's see. Regina loves hand dyed yarn. Oh, we have Sandy that joined us and Lillian. How are y'all? And what are y'all currently working on?
Sweet Sandy.
Lisa says they're beautiful, but I have a hard time using them because they're so special.
I know, right? That's my biggest. Oh, they're so. I just. They're so cute. Let's just hold it up like this.
Yeah, it's like you want like the perfect project for it.
Yes.
And or another thing a lot of times is a lot of the hand dyed yarns, they're more expensive. So
I'm trying to keep mine really low so people that can't afford them can buy them still, because I know how expensive they are, and I could never afford them. So I want to keep them really low so everybody can have a chance.
And that's the thing that so like when it comes to making bigger projects, a lot of times you don't have enough of the yarn.
Yeah.
So it tends to have to be a smaller project that you use the hand dyed yarns like socks. Okay, the email to use, Amy, let me pull it up. It's just another stitch 2020 at gmail.com. That's where you send pictures to. Okay. Sally is asking if you're selling it.
Yes, I will be. It will be up on my web page this weekend or next weekend. We're just I got everybody to help me name them, and then we're gonna label them all and put them up.
So, are you selling them from like Etsy or something, or you have a website?
No, I have my own web page.
You have your own web page?
Yes.
Okay. And let's see. Lisa says, I don't, but I will one day. I guess she means hand dyeing.
Yes.
Cindy says, I really love hand dyed yarn. I don't care what weight it is, really. It depends on what project you're doing as to what weight the yarn needs to be. So I love them all. Colleen says, I have fiber I need to spin and dye.
I would love to get into spinning.
I know that's another thing, too. And let's see, Colleen says, I just read that, sorry. Brenda says 3, 4, 5 weight depends on projects. Anita says, I love a 3 or 4 to work with, but I love the look of a 1. I have never used hand dyed yarn. Now, one thing I find too with like the number 1 weighted yarn, more than likely when you first go to, you first use it, your hands will probably cramp. I know mine did. Let's.
No, sorry, I can't turn my phone off. Sorry.
I know our phone tends to ding in the background because Frank does like waiter and DoorDash deliveries.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's why like sometimes you'll hear it go off. Let's see. Colleen says 3 and 4. Let's see. Sid says 4 and 5. Amy says, I love 4 weight, but I can't resist pretty hand dyed I collect. I know hand-dyed yarn is just, it's so gorgeous.
Yes.
Cindy says, I love Colleen's new watermelon wind spinner. It's so beautiful, and she just put out a tutorial on that. Ooh, awesome. And I love watermelon colors together too.
Oh, I know. Pink and green are amazing.
Dee says, I stare at mine for inspiration. I'm weird like
Do that with all this. What do I want to do next?
Sandy says, my yarn is more of a spectator sport. I love looking at it. Oh, Froggy's in the house. Hi, Froggy. How are you today? And what are you working on? And let's see. Everyone's telling each other hello. I think I'm caught up with everything. Hopefully. And if for some reason I miss greeting anybody, just let me know that you're here, and I'll tell you hi. Okay. So the next question I have is, have you ever crocheted or knitted gloves?
No. Mittens are see, the thing is, doing two things is really like the same thing, like slippers or mittens or anything like that. It's pressure. It's gotta be the same. That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. So no.
Is it something? Sorry. Is it something you want to do down the road?
Well, yeah, but it's a lot of pressure. Doing the same thing. Oh my Lord.
And when I knitted my first pair of gloves, I just dived right in. I had never done mittens. I never did fingerless gloves. I just went straight for the fingered gloves.
Well, kudos to you. That's a lot of pressure to put on something.
But at first, I was just like, I'm looking at the pattern. I'm like, what did I get myself into? Can I do this? Oh my, oh my.
Yeah.
Now, I do find like where the fingers attached, I need to work on getting that cleaner looking in the future. But I mean, I did it. I made my first pair of finger gloves, and I also did fingerless knit gloves. I did those sock monkey ones.
Oh, did you? Oh, they were a big thing, eh?
No, I've never crocheted any type of gloves, mittens, but I have knitted.
I have crocheted my first pair of mittens this year for a friend of mine, and she just loves them. And I said to her, they're not the same. She goes, I don't care. All right.
There's something about like gloves and socks. I really find they tend to look better knitted. At least that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. I think because they're tighter and I don't know.
Now, some people may disagree, which that's fine, but
yeah, I used to knit. I don't knit anymore. It's too much pressure to knit too. It takes too long. I want things done. I want it done.
But I find like certain things look better knitted, certain things look better crocheted,
Yes.
Let's see, we have Katrina that joined us. Hi,
Katrina.
How are you today, and what are you working on? Okay, and let's see. Froggy says, working on a stunning doily dream catcher by Red Heart. Oh, sweet. And Lisa says, yes, on crocheting fingerless gloves by Bag O' Day. And Amy saying that you will be okay, Angela. She can't wait to see your beautiful yarns and make beautiful things with it.
Oh, thanks, Amy.
Anita says, I have crocheted lacy fingerless gloves. Ooh.
I'd like to see those.
Sometimes I have thought about maybe I should do a video like how I do kind of like my finished project videos, but do it where I have one like your socks that you've made. that you can send pictures, or like your gloves, or like different items, like maybe shawls, blankets. But I would have to spread those out though too if I did them, because the picture videos, they're a lot of work. They really are, especially if you get a lot of pictures.
I couldn't do it if I wanted to. I think I'd have to call my bestie up. She would do it for me, because I don't do computer work, and even editing is wow.
I love those. I love those type of videos. I really do. Because I love seeing like everyone's makes and stuff and sharing it with everybody. But I mean, those videos, their work, they really are. Because I mean, sometimes because first I have to go and take the pictures and I put them on like a background with the person's name, and I got to do that to everyone. Then put them each in that video. Let's see. Sally says no gloves, only mittens. But I think I missed Dee's comment. She says I love making mittens and slippers. I haven't tried socks. Ooh, socks are fun.
Yeah, I was about to knit a pair of socks about 2 months ago, and then I stopped. I thought, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
And I know whenever I knitted my first pair of socks, I was scared. I was. But really, they're not as hard as what you think. They really aren't.
Well, I used to love knit, and you know what, knitting, it's the sound of the knitting needles. I love, and it really calms and relaxes me. But I'm like, what am I thinking? Like, just do what I'm doing. Sometimes I take too much on.
Let's see. Cindy says I have done the fingerless gloves. Regina says mittens, only did a pair on the loom. Haven't knitted a pair yet. And this, it's like lately I find the chat jumps a lot. It's like you're trying to scroll and then it jumps and you're like, okay, I done lost my place, and then you got to find your place. Let's see. Lisa says I agree with you. Some things just look better knitted, like socks. Katrina says she's doing good, getting ready to put out a tutorial. Ooh, awesome.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, tutorials are always awesome. Sally,
they're a lot of work though too.
They are.
Yeah, I promised one a month. I promised one a month.
I'm not quick at doing tutorials at all. It's like it always seems like it takes me forever to get it done. Like right now, I'm working on one for a striped knitted a striped knitted beanie, and it's taking me forever.
Yeah, well, I did that crochet along last month. Well, it was this month, and that took me forever to do. But I'm glad I made it into little videos, four little short videos, so that wasn't so bad. But it takes forever.
It does, and I like to knit like in the living room, knit and crochet in the living room chair. So I got to sit at my table to film, and it's just like it's not
right.
comfortable, and you're over there trying to make sure that you say everything you need to say.
Mm-hmm.
You're explaining it and showing it clearly, and hopefully in time I'll get more comfortable with them and get better at doing them. But I know a lot of content creators say they struggle with tutorials.
Yeah.
But I hope one day I could be like Bag O'Day. Here you go. Here you go.
I know, right? And that's the way because I don't write, because I can't write patterns or do patterns. So I'll just get in front of it and just start doing it. And that's how, and if it works out, it works out. Great. Fabulous. There's a tutorial. If it doesn't, then I'm like, now I got to start all over again.
and it's like, and I'm hoping I can get that beanie tutorial done before July, because I wanted to do the challenge, you know, to go with it, and I was aiming for July, which I hope I get it finished by then, but I may have to push it back to August. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Sally says I made mittens for my sister with yarn spun from her llama wool. Ooh, nice. And she says they are very warm.
Oh, I bet.
I may have to do that. Trying to like different themed videos for makes, like one maybe for just gnomes, socks, hats, shawls, gloves. I like that idea. I really do. And let's see. Uh, Cindy says, I want to learn how to knit. I really love watching other people knitting socks and how beautiful they all turn out. Yeah, and I kind of like, most people seem like they learn how to crochet first and then they struggle learning how to knit. I was the opposite. I learned how to knit first and struggled to learn how to crochet.
And I learned how to knit first, then crochet by the same person, and she was left-handed. So when I knit, I don't turn my work. So I could never do any tutorials or show anybody how to knit, because I just keep doing this because I can knit both ways, left and right.
That's cool.
It just always looks different. I mean, it looks really good done. Like I've done beautiful blankets knitted and everything, but it looks different.
Regina says, almost done with my gnome. Have 1 foot to go and a nose. Ooh, I love gnomes. I need to get some more patterns for some gnomes. Oh, one thing I want to mention to y'all before I forget. Tomorrow in my Knitting Friday video, I'm going to have some Hobby Lobby yarn to show y'all. Crystal the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Ladies, her grandmother was really sweet, and like I don't have a Hobby Lobby real close by. So basically she had it where I sent her some money and she got some yarn for me. And let me tell you, I saw a picture of the yarn. It's some beautiful yarn. And I'll be showing that in my Knitting Friday video tomorrow.
My closest one is 2.5 hours away.
Now mine isn't that far, but it's
I'm
just
in Canada. We don't have them here.
But it's just one of those things that we don't go to Lafayette often, and and you don't want to go and they don't have the sale going on, or like they've sold out, that type of thing. And I know like some people say that if you call they won't tell you if they have the sale.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's like, but I'm getting some sweet yarn. It's supposed to come in today. So I'll show that tomorrow.
I love the Walmarts in the States, the yarn they have there. Like, I'll make a trip for that any day. We don't even have Mainstay up here.
Yeah, we at least have Walmart. We have
Walmart, but we don't have the yarns the States have. Like Walmart has their own line of yarn, Mainstay.
Yeah.
And we don't have that in Canada.
See, like ours has some of the mainstays, but they don't have as much of variety like some of the other Walmarts do. All right, Lisa, I hope you have a good day. And be good. She always says that, because she has a thing for ET, and she always says like, be good. Let's see. Amy says, if anyone comes across cute, easy crochet hat patterns, please give me ideas. I want to make 50 blue hats for hat not hate this year, since I haven't did it so much. I want to pass on some love. I'll try to keep an eye out, and I may try to find some cute hat patterns for my next live. I'll see what
Or you, Bag O'Day has how many hats?
yeah, she's a good one. But yeah, I'll try to play around looking for some hat patterns. And try to share some on my next live. Uh, now, now I tend to like really really cutesy stuff though. I like
I
like
like the girly stuff.
I like the kitty type hats, but for adults. Amy says she gets bored doing same pattern over and over
Yes.
again. I'm like that. I have trouble doing a pattern more than once. Let's see. Okay, Sally's got to go too. I hope you have a good day. She going shop Walmart.
I want to go to Walmart in the States.
I wonder if she's gonna come back with yarn.
My husband said he'd take me this weekend.
Cindy says our Walmart doesn't have a very big selection of yarn either. As a matter of fact, I very rarely buy yarn from our Walmart.
Really, our Walmart has and Katrina could tell you. Thank goodness I live in the same town of Mary Maxim. So, and they've been having some really good sales, and they're having their 10th sale this year. I'm so excited.
I love Mary Maxim yarn. They have some beautiful color combinations.
Oh yes.
And let's see. Anita says, I have bought a lot of good yarn at Ollie's. You just have to keep checking because they change it often.
Yeah, we don't have an Ollie's either.
Me either.
Melissa did take me to an Ollie's though. So that's where I go. She lives in Niagara Falls. I'm not far from there. So we'll hit Walmart. We'll hit Ollie's. We'll hit the dollar store because we don't even have yarn in our dollar store.
Yeah, last I know ours don't have it either. But I haven't been to Dollar Tree in a while, so maybe they finally got it. Okay, let's see. What other questions should I ask y'all? Okay. What Speaking of blankets earlier, what is your favorite type of blanket to crochet or knit?
Well, knitting was what do you call it? It looks like it's crossed, interlocked. I did interlock knitting. That I love that blanket. And the crochet. Oh goodness, I'll do any knit crochet blanket. I love it.
For me, I'm like knitting other than temperature blanket. I really haven't done much for really blankets. I did make a baby blanket one time that was knitted. That was real cute. But for the most part, I'd probably have to say temperature blankets because that's the main blanket that I've done. Now with crochet, I love that ocean sea turtle blanket. That was like my favorite blanket that I've made. I went to town on that blanket. I put so many appliques on it. Um, but that was one that I loved making. Now I do want to do stuff with cables.
Oh.
Really both crochet and knit. Now there is that big blanket that I'm designing that's been on back burner a lot. And that one it's crochet, and I will be doing like cable type stitches. I'm going to be doing like a bunch of different stitches on that blanket. But I don't make like how some people make blankets like crazy. I really haven't.
Really? I can get through a blanket in 3 days.
Oh, I wish. Because like with knitting, like I said, I did that baby blanket. I did my first temperature blanket knitting. I'm working on a chevron knitted temperature blanket.
I can't knit a blanket in 3 days, but I can crochet blankets in 3 days. And I'm talking like, those big couch blankets. I have people special order them. So I have to get them done fast.
And for crochet, I did that ocean blanket. And I think those are my only and my temperature blanket from last year. Those are the only completed blankets I've done. And I have two blankets on back burner, my peppermint blanket and that one I'm designing. But I haven't finished those. Nowhere near. Let's see. Chris joined us. Hi, Chris. How are you today? And what are you working on? Let's see. Anita says if I do a blanket, I make my own design. Now, Cindy. Now I do have my hat patterns on Ravelry, but I don't have like video tutorials for them. That is something I do want to work on doing sometime in the future. I do want to do a tutorial on how to make one of my designs. So that is coming. I just don't know when. Because like I said earlier, I am not quick at all with doing tutorials, and I want to finish that striped hat first, that tutorial, and then I'll probably try to start working on a tutorial for one of my patterns. That way, hopefully people can learn how to do all the color work stuff. Let's see. We have Sue that joined us. Hi, Sue. How are you today, and what are you working on? Melissa's back.
Like the babies.
And Regina says, I need a scrappy blanket from homespun for my husband for his birthday. Ooh, nice. And everyone's saying hello. Okay. We probably have time for one more question, maybe two, and then we'll start wrapping things up. Have you ever done a crochet or a knit along?
Just my own.
Funny thing is, I have not done one yet.
No? We're doing one. There's three of us. Melissa and Kim and I are doing the one for the cottage core mosaic. Not my favorite thing. Mosaics are not my favorite. And then I did my own this month with that little baby pad thing.
See, now that knit hat tutorial that I'm working on, now I do want to do a challenge with that where I'll give like a month where whoever makes that beanie and sends a picture to me of the finished beanie, like I would enter them into a giveaway. But that's really not a knit along, But yeah, and I'm like, one of these days I want to try to start like doing some type of knit along or crochet along when someone has one going on.
Yeah, there's some beautiful ones out there. I love the textured blankets they're doing now.
Because like what's bad is that I'm usually doing like I have my projects going on that I'm making and or other things I want to make, and it's just like the timing never falls good for me.
Yeah, I do orders, and now I'm dyeing yarn, and now I'm making I make baby blankets. It's just it rolls up. There's a lot going on. So sometimes I try to put out a video once a day, like 4 days a week out of the week. Plus I do 2 lives. So it's a lot. So sometimes you just don't have time.
And that is one thing that does play into things a lot. because you do all this stuff, and you have all these things you want to do, but it's squeezing everything in and making time for it. And I find that's one issue I have when it comes to doing tutorials, is squeezing the time in.
I know. I know. I'm supposed to be working on one right now.
Let's see. Sue says, I have 5 blankets I'm working on. Ooh. See, and like blankets, I don't know. I get bored with blankets easily because they're more time consuming. A lot of times I have to kind of break it up. Like,
yeah. I love doing it because you learn different stitches, and it works on my tensions and everything. I don't know. I just love doing blankets. So I don't know. Not mosaics. I'm not in love with mosaics. I'm doing them, but not in love with them.
Steph says she just lets the yarn take her where it wants to go.
It talks to you like, oh, I need to be a shirt.
And Sue says, no, not yet. Melissa's talking about Angela's right now, and also cottage core crochet along. And Cindy says, I love all of Angela's blankets that she crochets. She has some amazing work that she does. Angela is an amazing person. Aw.
Thank you, Lulu.
Let's see. Regina says, I'm thinking about one day trying to crochet because I feel like everything I find is crochet patterns. And that's kind of what happened with me. First, I learned how to loom knit. And then I'd be trying to find patterns, and loom knitting, there's not that many. And I always came across knitted patterns, like, regular knitting. So I decided, let me try knitting. So I learned how to knit. And like, how I like the cutesy beanies, every time I would be trying to find patterns, I would always find all these cute crochet beanies in adult sizes, where that was like, with knitting, I found usually you didn't find what you wanted, or if you did, it was in children's sizes. And I'm like, no, I want to be a kid. I want the kitty had an adult size. So that's where, like, there's more patterns with crochet than knitting. So that kind of motivated me to finally learn how to crochet. Regina says, I just wish I could get my brain to let me knit right-handed instead of left, but she does not want me. But she does not want to do it that way. Oh. And Cindy saying that Angela has some tutorials on one of her blankets that she really would love to try. That you did an amazing job on the tutorial. And the blanket.
I crochet along the blanket.
Anita says, I did Amber's butterfly blanket, but of course I had to be me and make it my own. The oddball here.
I do the same thing. I try to follow it, but it's just like, no, I don't want to do that. My hand's like, I'm not doing that stitch. I'm doing this stitch.
But there's a lot of times, I'll change things up on a pattern. I don't always do a pattern exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And, sometimes I'll take things from one pattern and combine it with another pattern. And even Chris says, all good artists make it their own.
Yeah.
Cindy says, I am working on a basket right now for my bathroom to put washcloths in. And I'm using the yarn that was gifted to her by Dee. Ooh, awesome. Okay. Morsha. Oh, I think she means Morse knitting. Okay. I saw Morsha. Do you only knit? And I'm like, who's Morsha? But it must be Morse Knitting 101, Regina. Yeah, I think Regina only knits. Regina says she only knows. She only knows how to knit right now. Okay. Oh, Lisa the Grammy's here. Hi, Lisa. How are you
Hi,
today?
Lisa.
And what are you working on? We are getting close to wrapping things up, but I am glad you're here, and I hope you decide to catch the replay. And Cindy says I also posted part one of the tutorial for the basket. I hope everyone can go watch that tutorial. Awesome, awesome. Okay. So I am caught up on the chat, and so is there anything you would like to say, Angela, before we wrap everything up?
No, it was nice meeting you.
And thank you for coming up on the panel with me, and also want to thank Melissa for being on the panel earlier. I enjoyed having y'all, and I also want to thank everybody that that was in the chat today. I enjoyed interacting and talking with y'all, and I hope y'all had a good time on today's live. And I also want to thank those that will be watching the replay. And if you do watch the replay, leave a comment, let us know. Feel free to answer the questions asked on today's live, and I think that pretty much covers everything. So I hope y'all have a fabulous Yorny day. Be the light, and bye.
Bye, everyone.